So now that we have sort of a framework for the general city, Abby alluded to, she mentioned the Adopt-A-Lot program, and that's one of a number of ways that you might be able to access land, and Power and Dirt offers a number of resources for gardeners and farmers. So Anna's going to tell us more about that.
Hi everyone. So as Abby started to talk about, there is a lot of vacant lots in Baltimore City. So if you're living in a city but you're really into farming, a lot of the houses that we have are row homes. You don't have a huge backyard. You want to do something bigger. Where are you going to go? Vacant lots. So the city has about 14,000 vacant lots at last count across the city. Some areas are more dense than others, which means you get vacant lots clustered together that equals, up to an acre, if not larger in some places. The city, as you've heard, has really been trying to address some of our vacant land issues, some of our gardening and farming issues, and it's really a great time to start trying to get on top of those things and take advantage of them. Power and Dirt is one of those. I'm a Power and Dirt coordinator. We launched in August. So we're really new, but it is the city's response to trying to deal with their vacant lot problem. The city has always had what we call an Adopt-A-Lot agreement. It was really hard to use. You could only do year-to-year leases. You had to get a permit and ask for pretty much anything you wanted to do. And sometime in 2009, the city got together with a whole bunch of farmers and people that did greening and gardening in Baltimore City already and asked them, what's the problem? What do we need to change? So the things that they came up with, we worked on, we tried to fix. We have cut the red tape and the bureaucracy of trying to get your Adopt-A-Lot license, so it's a lot easier to do that. You can go online, you can fill out an application. There's 4 coordinators in different parts of the city. There is now a comprehensive list of all of the city-owned vacant lots that are available for adoption. This did not exist before, so it is now very easy to figure out whether a vacant lot is city-owned or not. Even if you don't have the exact address, but the cross-section, there's something called City View, which is an interactive map that the city has developed. You can search by property information and look for vacant lots. Go to that intersection and see if it's city-owned or privately owned. Another thing that was a really big problem, which I'm sure you all know about, is water access. So where do you get water in a city, especially if you're on a vacant lot that's not necessarily right next to your home? So the water thing has been dealt with the city by making an offer for a flat rate fee of $120 if there's a water meter pit within 50 feet of the lot that you're working on. So the way that works is you send in a check and an application for the $120, and that's for the 9 months of the growing season, March through November. When they get that check, they will, if the water meter pit closest to your lot is live, DPW will come out with this thing that's called a garden setter. And actually under the water meter pits, there's a water pipeline that is the water access point for all the homes on your block. And they put the garden setter on there and give you the key. So anytime you need water, you are the only one that can get it. You go in there and you hook your hose up to the garden setter. $120 is what we're going on right now. As a flat rate fee, it's, as I'm sure some of you know, a really good rate for water for an entire community garden or urban farm. Lastly, one thing that really needed to be worked on was coordinating resources. Baltimore City really does have a great network of resources for gardeners and urban farmers. We have the Parks and People Foundation, which does a number of things. We have Sea Green, the Community Greening Resource Network, which is absolutely fantastic. And if you are even an independent farmer or a gardener, just even in your own backyard, I would highly suggest that you join. They have free seed and plant giveaway days. They host workshops. Not to mention, it's just a network of people that are interested in the same thing that you are. And last, there's Blue Water Baltimore, who is really concerned with water, but where does water come from? It comes from the land. So they do things like rain barrel rollouts. They can help with depavement if a vacant lot that you're on is half paved or something like that. So we work with all these nonprofit organizations, and they're our partners in this effort to revitalize vacant lots with the help of the community. And last, the city is also providing services. So depending on what your lot needs, there are certain things that we can help to do. If there's dead trees that need to be removed, if you've got a lot that's, like this, they can try to level it out. We can work to remove some of the grass. Let's see, if there's pavement, we can remove the pavement. We also, as available, have some mulch and wood chips if you're doing sort of a mixed site where you want to have walkways around your hoop house or something like that. And that's all I can think of right now. I think that's pretty much it. So, the city's really trying to address this issue. They're really trying to work with people. The Adopt a Lot agreement, for the first time you sign up, is valid for 1 year, and then you can renew it. And you can renew the second time up to 5 years. And this is really important because at 5 years, if you've been steadily working on a site for that amount of time, you're eligible to apply for membership in a land trust. The big land trust in Baltimore City is Baltimore Green Space. It's run by a really active and vigorous lady named Anna Evans. She is housed at Parks and People Foundation as well. And if there's any of you out there that are at 5 years already. And it's really great because the Adopt a Lot agreement is a wonderful way to get access to city land for the time being. But in the agreement, as I'm sure Robin will mention in a minute, they do have the power to give it only 30 days notice and tell you that they need to get the site back. That has not been the practice. We're really not interested in doing that. We're not trying to take the vacant lots back, but it is in the agreement. So a way to really protect your space is at that 5 years. If you become part of the land trust, Baltimore Green Space will actually buy the vacant land from the city for $1 per lot, and then it is protected. So that protection includes liability insurance, so anything that happens on the lot you're protected from. It means that no one can come and take that land away because Baltimore Green Space now owns it. And they're also really helpful in terms of resources. So as you can see, there's a lot of really great things. There's a lot of really awesome ways to make this happen, and it's all happening right now. It's all happening here, and you all are here too, and that is making good gardens and good farms. So I think that's all.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you.